Welcome to hole number one of the open tournament. Playing here from the front tee. I'm going to set up a couple of different ways. First one here with a sniper and a quasar ball. Given this 2 bars of backspin, 2 bars of left spin into a headwind, I'd say to use just about a half a bar of backspin. Should give you a pretty good result. Now, setting this one up for a 10% max adjustment, and I've got the ball guide directly to the pin. This is, a very safe, straightforward way to get this one quite close. You will have to tweak it just a little bit in the tournament wins to get it exactly where you need it to go. But I think, for all players, this is a very makeable shot. You can play this with a Viper. You can play this, with all sorts of different things. Get your Grim Reaper out. Get it close. Get a couple of drops. Let's try the rough bump. All right, so this time for the rough bump, you want to play this one with a power 0 ball. I'm giving it 1.5 back, 1 left spin here with a rocket and a marlin. The reason for that is we are close to the min distance here. And if you play with higher power ball, you're going to adjust into that min line and you'll have to play under power and you're going to put yourself in a big problem. So practice this one a few times. It's not the most consistent shot ever, but it is absolutely droppable in the right kind of wind. This wind is particularly good. This left-right crosswind with a slight tailwind angle gives you a very good look at it. So hit that rough, rolling it right at the pin. This is the kind of thing you want to look at. We'll see you on hole number 2. All right, so hole number 2, I'm going to give you a couple of ways to get the eagle here as well. The first one you're going to play actually on the left-hand side. This one is if you don't have enough wind to get it to the green. We're going to set up on the left-hand side with an extra mile and a Titan ball. 3 top, 2 bars of right spin here, and we're going to play this one at 15% max adjustment. So got that right at the max line. Going to make the pull here. And you'll see I'm just pushing this one to max. I'm actually going to try to hit that rough with the second bounce. About half a ball of right curl. And I'm giving it a little bit overpower here. This does not always apply. It just depends on the tournament wind conditions and how it's playing for you in that shot. So perfect little bump there. And even without hitting that rough, if you only have a couple bars of topspin here, should get you over safely. Second shot with the wedge. You see me playing the Firefly in this little bit older video here, but I do not necessarily recommend that club. I think the Endbringer or the Rapier is going to be your best bet if you've got those in your bag. If you only have the Firefly, then by all means, you got to do what you got to do. Just get that one in the hole. You can still play the Firefly with the Endbringer school method, so keep that in mind. Same thing, I think, with the, what's it called, the Dart? No, it's been so long. But yeah, a couple different wedges will follow the same way. So this green can have a little glitch here or there. Try to avoid it and get it in the hole. All right, so hole number 2 once again. And no, I will not show every hole with 2 or 3 options. There's just a few that are really important. I set this one up here with 4.5 top, 2 bars of left spin. We're going to get this one to the green. We're very close. That is the plan here. Just be careful. If you've got bad wind here, don't go for this shot, right? Just keep that in mind. This is really only for a decent tailwind angle. And for the first example, that wind might have been good enough for this. But this is what you're talking about here. So I push it up to max, and I'm going to give this one just a little bit of curl, 3/4 of a ball or max left curl with an EM6. And we've got to hit perfect. I mean, a slight great left here isn't terrible, but you really want to try to get this one perfect. See how we get a beautiful camera angle, rolls out very nicely. And even if you just sneak out of the rough there, this should give you a very good chance for an eagle. Hole number 3, we're going for albatross here. Playing a conservative and calculated drive with a Titan and a quarterback. 3 bars of top spin, 1 right spin. Setting up here at max with that clear ring, touching the rough on the right. Now keep in mind, I have a quarterback 7, so the landing position here and the ring references will change depending on the level of your quarterback. But I'm just going to hit a straightforward shot here and just try to get this one into the perfect range here for that sniper. I know some people are going to try to go bombing it here with crazy distance, but in rookie, you just don't have the wind to work with. So take a look at the drive yardage here, give you an idea 325 is going to be kind of a good sort of gauge as to where you want to land. Negative 10% here, and I'm actually playing this shot at 25% slider. I'm going to use the sniper, 1 bar of backspin, half a bar of right spin, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a rough bump here with the top of the red ring just about touching or just clipping out of the top of the rough there, and letting that ball guide use the slope of the green to bring it down into the hole, ideally. I mean, you know, these shots are never going to be droppable 100% of the time, but I think this is going to give you a very, very, very good look at it. If you're getting value out of the video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We're always trying to get the best we can out of Golf Clash. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Hole number 4, I think this one is very difficult. It's long, but it is still droppable in this par 4 here. Set up with an extra mile and a Titan. You're going to see me use 4.5 top here. I recommend using 4 top spin and 1 bar of left spin here. It's going to put you into a just fine range. There's not a lot of room to work with on that second fairway, so you don't want to push it too crazy hard and end up in the rough. There's no need for that. 10% max on this adjustment here, and we're not going to do anything crazy other than that. Just going to hit a clean, perfect drive down the left fairway here. You see we'll get that bounce on the first fairway over the hazards there, and it's going to roll very close to the edge of the rough here. That's with 4.5. That's why I'm recommending 4 bars of topspin as a baseline here, especially in my notes on erelicgaming.com. You can go download those for free right now if you're watching this video. Gonna play about 5 bars of backspin, 2 bars of right spin here, and I'm using the backbone. You'll find me using this club quite a bit in rookie. However, if you have a grizzly in a decent level, try to consider using that as well. I got that ball guide just so you got to kind of work it, you know what I mean? Find that special spot, and I'm going to play this shot at 10% mid distance. Now, if you've got a good wind here, I think, and you get a drop here, this is the kind of shot in rookie that's really going to put you ahead of the bracket and going to give you a really nice direction towards getting that banner. Keep that in mind. This might be a hole that's worth a couple of practice tokens just to get a little bit good at it. Get the bounce right at the pin. Whew. Let's go on to the next hole. Hole number 5. This hole is quite difficult. I'm showing you on the right-hand side here where you would play with a big topper. You do a little second bounce rough bump onto that fairway over there. And if you get it lined up just so, there is certainly a long iron path to the green. However, you can see that big bunch of trees there, and the technicality of the shot leads me to suggest you playing on the left-hand side. I play 1 bar of topspin, 2 bars of right spin. I got that red ring touching the rough on the left and just between the bunker and the tree. I'm going to take a 10% max adjustment here on the extra mile. And I can't remember if I use any curl or not. I don't think so. No. Oh, just a little click there of left curl. Nothing crazy, just enough to lean into the wind a little smidgen, if you will. So that's the drive. Very safe, very clean. You could play 2 bars of topspin there in that wind particularly. Would make the second shot just a tiny little bit easier. I'm playing max topspin here with the sniper and 2 bars of right spin. Depending on the level of your sniper, of course, with the level 7, that's only 3.5 top, 2 right. And you'll see to get the spot that I want, I'm going to be like into overpower here a little bit. So it's really just a matter of getting the eagle here and getting this one to the green in 2. So I'm using like, 90% overpower, about almost half a ball of right curl, and just getting this one down to the green. It's a big green, lots of room to work with here. Once you're on the green, it's going to roll down nicely. I think from some angles, there is a bit of funnel action here. This is not that angle. But puts you very, very close to the eagle. Hole number 6, I'm going to show you 2 different ways. Probably the most difficult par 3 here on this course anyway. Setting up with that white ring, touching the rough at the right-hand side, and you'll notice that the 3rd bounce is up there on the fringe. We're giving this 3 top and 3 right spin to achieve that landing position, and I'm adjusting this shot 10% mid. Now, I'm giving it like just that little bit of right curl, nothing crazy, kind of into the right wall there. It's going to depend, on the wind angle, just specifically how much curl you're going to need here. But this one gets very, very close to the pin and gives you a nice little look at it. All right, so hole number 6 here from the right-hand side. I'm playing this one with the power 3 ball to reach the landing position with my lower level 6 sniper. But of course, if you have like, a higher level one, you can play this with a power 2 ball. That katana from earlier should be just fine. 1.2 top, 2 bars of right spin. And you see when we just stretch out a tiny little bit there, there's a sweet little arcing ball guide that will run down towards the hole. This might be your preference. The left side might be your preference. A lot of it should come down to the direction of the wind and the clubs in your bag and the ball inventory that you have to work with. There's no one perfect way to play any of these holes. I mean, if you get the ball in the bottom of the cup, you could argue that's the way. But I'm saying do it your way and suit these shots to your needs to get the greatest benefit from them. This one comes way up, trickles off that fringe. You'll see just how close this one comes. You can get this one to drop from either side. Woo, just about get that turn. We'll see you on number 7. Hole number 7, this is what we call the NASCAR hole. Setting up with the Marlin and an extra mile. I'm going to have the white ring touching the left rough, and I'm going to have that clear ring just dipping down into the bunker. 3.2 top, 1 bar of right spin here, and this one, it's a bit of a gamble. Not so much a gamble as it's a little bit of luck required to get this one to drop. Now, right at that min line, as you can see, even though I'm trying to pull max numbers there, depending on the wind, of course, is going to make a big difference. 3/4 of a ball of right curl. It's going to need a good little bit to get this one to curve just up near the end. Woo, beautiful angle down onto the green here. Long green, but this one should roll very, very close to the pin. And if you're lucky and get it just so, it might get in the hole. Well done. We'll see you on the next one. All right, so hole number 8. The idea about this hole is that it's always a must drop. It's quite a short par 4. However, if you have a headwind, consider playing here on the left-hand side. I'm going to play 1 top, 2 bar of right spin, and I'm not trying to do anything fancy here. I'm just relying on the fact that if we get ourselves to a mid-distance thorn, or min-distance thorn, depending, we should, in most cases, be able to get that drop. So, not a lot of wind here in this example. We're just going to take a 10% max adjustment, but whatever it might be, you should act accordingly. And about, not quite a half ball of right curl. I'd say like a third of a ball, just a little bit to kind of lean it into the fairway here. Just like that. Too much and we would have hit that rough. So, keep that in mind. Don't overplay it. Just get yourself onto the second fairway. Now, a little bit of a look here. Still a bit of distance to work with, but I think in most situations, this should be a very droppable shot. Spoiler, I'm going to just slightly miss, okay? I couldn't keep it in. I'm sorry. But I think here, generally, we're between min and mid. If you're comfortable with the slider, you might consider playing this around 25% slider. And I'm going to just always play, 2 bars of backspin as a default with the thorn. So, clean adjustment here. Not a lot to pull. Oh, my gosh, that's ridiculous. I mean, come on. We can do it. You just need to hit perfect. You just need to hit perfect. It's almost there. Now, second time, we'll play this hole. Going to give it a little bit more of an aggressive touch. All right, so hole number 8, once again, a little bit of tailwind. You really want to play it on the right-hand side. I'm showing you with the power 3 ball, you could definitely overpower it and still get it down there, achieve the same result. However, if you want to make your life easier, use a power 5 ball, a free-to-play power 5 ball, and as you can see, this becomes a very trivial situation. Now, in this example, the video example, I adjust 10% max. We're going to miss quite a bit to the left here, even though we're lined up ever so perfectly towards the hole. I'm going to recommend in the note to play this shot at 20% max. And, generally going to put us in a good position. I have the end bringer there just in case, you end up off the fringe. This is still a par 4. You could still, do a little wedge play here. That's not a crime by any means. But all things considered, I think this one should be very, very, very droppable in tailwind. And I want to make sure you get that boom. Hole number 9, this classic hole brings back such good memories for me. I set up here with the power 3 ball and an extra mile, and you're going to see the Titan ball here, of course, at first. I'm going to play 4 top and 2 bars of right spin. However, to make the drive easier, you want to play 4 bars of top spin, 3 bars of right spin. And notice I have that yellow ring. I move it over a little bit just to kind of crate proof it. Look at this pull angle. Oh my gosh. See how that wind angle is so bad? That's before I even knew what a wind angle was. I'm going to use max left curl here for this club. and just going to get this one into play. You have to get this drive figured out because it absolutely makes all the difference in the world for the second shot. See how 2 bars of right spin would have been a little difficult there? Keep that in mind, depending on the wind especially. Second shot, big dog. We're just trying to get this one down there. There is a little bit of a chance for a drop, but it can be difficult. Slight headwind. I'm playing 0.2 bars of top spin, 3 bars of right spin. You might even use a hair of backspin here if you've got a tailwind. It's all just a matter of getting this one down to the green in a nice way. 10% max on the pull here, and it's just going to be an interesting tournament. This is a very classic course. It's one of the originals. It's been around for a while, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be playing Master for my live streams, but don't forget to go to erelicgaming.com. You can download notes from this video that you can use for your gameplay, play some practice shots, tweak it up, get some booms, baby. Good luck to you. Thank you so much for watching.